Five of those students were members of the Revolutionary Student Coordinating Committee. Those were my comrades that I had to watch get beaten by these pigs. That I had to watch them pull up their shirts and tell their fellow officers to hold them still so they could punch them in the back. I had to watch that happen. And then because that happened, and we got it out to the media, and we made sure the world knew what the NYPD and CUNY security were doing to beat students resisting this imperialist pig, Petraeus. CUNY was embarrassed. So what did they do in retaliation? They took away the Morales Shakur Community and Student Center at City College. But we weren't going to let that go. We organized protests day after day for 2 weeks straight. We got people into buildings. We had speak outs. We made sure that the community was coming out to the campus. We made sure everybody knew what was going around. We had international support. And for this, they suspended me and another comrade in RSCC. And then CUNY not only did that, they called on the state to come on and arrest us. We had to surrender ourselves for arrest, and then we each got 6 to 7 charges, criminal charges in court, which we're still facing to this day, many months later. Now, why is it that they're so avidly hunting us? Why is it that they're going after revolutionary student groups such as RSCC? Because of the politics that we represent. Also because we're oppressed, brown, working class people, but mainly because of the politics that we represent. So what are our politics? Our analysis of CUNY, what is it? CUNY is an institution. What is it called? The City University of New York. Its job is to provide an education to the communities of New York City. But is it doing that? No. There's a contradiction when CUNY is systematically locking out the communities of New York City from its colleges and taking in more students from out of state. It's locking out working class communities made up of people from oppressed nations. Immigrants from Latin America, from Asia, from all parts of the world. People oppressed by U.S. imperialism abroad and oppressed by U.S. imperialism domestically in the internal colonies of the American empire. The U.S. is a prison house of oppressed nations. So what does it do for the few who manage to make it into CUNY? CUNY is trying to strip away revolutionary ideas. It's trying to militarize the university to ingrain imperialist ideas for the students. So what that looks like is wiping out the names of Morales and Shakur. Morales was a fighter, a Puerto Rican independence revolutionary fighter. Assata Shakur was a member of the Black Liberation Army. She was a Black Panther. They were heroes of oppressed people. And that is exactly why CUNY must strip away their names, while propping up the names, giving an entire school to General Colin Powell, giving imperialist pig David Petraeus a class to teach. But why is this? Because they must get their ideas out to the students. They must ingrain those ideas in the heads of the students. Because what is a school? A school is an institution where not only is the working class reproduced, where different students are sent into different stratums of the classes of our society, but the ideology of the ruling classes is also reproduced. Because the ruling class rules in 2 ways. Force, which is these pigs with their guns at their hips, and ideas, which is these schools, where they teach us not to question the contradictions that we're faced, not to question the fact that in our communities we're stopped and frisked, not to question why we're growing up hungry, why is it hard to put food at the table, why do our families live in these conditions of existence, why do we have to come here from our countries, why are they not able to provide us with these opportunities? It's trying to mask the contradictions. So what we have to do, as many of my comrades before me have said, is to build revolutionary bases at these colleges, particularly in CUNY, which is one of the most important public university systems in the U.S. It's located in New York City, a multinational city containing many internal colonies and so much class struggle. CUNY has to stifle all of this, and we have to rip that apart, expose all of these contradictions. That is why we build bases at each college, so that when something like the Morales Shakur Center is taken away, we can mobilize and insert revolutionary politics and win people over to our ideas so that we can begin mobilizing them. Because once you give people the correct ideas and they realize these ideas correspond to the conditions of their existence, what is to stop them from rising up? And that is what we're doing in the Revolutionary Student Coordinating Committee. What is the role of revolutionary youth? The role of revolutionary youth can only be to serve the people. That is the ethic by which we live, to serve the people. And that is what we do every single day. So we got to keep on continuing to wage this revolutionary struggle in our universities. Well, some of the things that we're doing right now, entering the immigration reform movement, that's controlled by liberal forces nationally. However, immigrants are a revolutionary, are a group of people in our class, in our society, with revolutionary potential. People from oppressed nations who come here, who don't have democratic rights because they're stripped of citizenship, because imperialism sent them here in the first place. Who are super exploited, who are exposed to the worst types of misogyny in the workplace, on the streets, and at home. This is a revolutionary potential. And in a student movement of immigrants, only by inserting revolutionary politics can students turn this into a revolutionary force. This is just one example in the way in which we're enforcing revolutionary politics in the university and in national student movements. So, I just want to say that, fuck these pigs. Straight up. That's right. Fuck David Petraeus. Fuck him. Anytime they throw a contradiction like this in our faces, we're gonna come out. We're always gonna be here. We're not going anywhere because our role is to serve the people. And as long as they're promoting oppression, we're gonna be here promoting revolution. So I hope to see everybody continue to come out, continue to challenge this ruling class ideology that they use to keep us down. And I hope to see you all at our court date at June 9th, 9 a.m. at 100 Center Street, where we'll have more information on how to stay involved in the anti-militarization movements in CUNY, as well as whatever the Revolutionary Student Coordinating Committee is doing. Thank you all for being here today.